I'm the fucking man. Y'all don't get it, do you? Type of money. Hey, real nigga me please. Hey, let's get dressed like Kim Ye. Hey, think what style like Keisha and Gucci, rich like Jay and Beyonce. Hey, real nigga me please. Hey, one with a little bit of thuggin'. Hey, send me a nigga that's only for me. I ain't gotta be scared that I fuck with him. Hey, real nigga me please. Hey, let's get dressed like Kim Ye. Hey, think what style like Keisha and Gucci, rich like Jay and Beyonce. Hey, real nigga me please. Hey, one with a little bit of thuggin'. Hey, I want a nigga that's only for me. I ain't gotta be scared that I fuck with him. Say it once, I don't say it twice, cause he heard me right. I'ma keep switching these niggas if they keep doing shit that I don't fucking like. No bitch, you fuck with that, it's me. Bitch ain't cover no magazine. Bitch, I fucking Chanel, put it in the shell, biggest bag me, please. He'll probably put it on set. Probably even put it on his mama. He'll even put it on his kids, but I already know what he did. He'll lie. Bitch, nigga me, please. Real big dick, real big bag on him. I want a nigga who costs so expensive, he don't let his homeboy crash on it. Real nigga me, please. Hey, let's get dressed like Kim Ye. Hey, think what style like Keisha and Gucci, rich like Jay and Beyonce. Hey, real nigga me, please. Hey, one with a little bit of thuggin'. Hey, send me a nigga that's only for me. I ain't gotta be scared that I fuck with him. Hey, real nigga me, please. Hey, let's get dressed like Kim Ye. Hey, think what style like Keisha and Gucci, rich like Jay and Beyonce. Hey, real nigga me, please. Hey, one with a little bit of thuggin'. Hey, I want a nigga that's only for me. I ain't gotta be scared that I fuck with him. Freaky nigga me please, ayy. I want a baby that's nasty, ayy. I want a nigga who profile picture is his face in my ass cheeks, yeah. Pork pop on me icy, hot girl make it spicy. A lot of fish in the sea, and I probably really need to catch a Pisces. I got a smart mouth, I'm not no dumb bitch. I make him come quick, feel pussy, crazy girl. That's what this shit come with. You rather have a little yes chick, but I know better. Every bad boy need a hot girl. If you ask me, it just go better. Real nigga me please, ayy. Let's get dressed like Kim Ye, ayy. Think what style like Keisha and Gucci, rich like Jay and Beyonce. Ay, real nigga me please, ayy. One with a little bit of thuggin', ayy. Send me a nigga that's only for me. I ain't gotta be scared that I fuck with him. Ayy, real nigga me please, ayy. Let's get dressed like Kim Ye, ayy. Think what style like Keisha and Gucci, rich like Jay and Beyonce. Ayy, real nigga me please, ayy. One with a little bit of thuggin', ayy. I want a nigga that's only for me. I ain't gotta be scared that I fuck with him. Real hot girl shit. One.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on with y'all? Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Hey y'all, what's going on? How are y'all doing tonight? How are y'all doing tonight? It's so funny that we made this show happen tonight. Such a quick turnaround. I put out the announcement because I was certain that someone in the beef sector was going to do like a top 10 countdown. I knew somebody was going to do like a flashback or something, just so we can recap the moments, the highlights of throughout this year. And so I didn't really see anyone. And then I don't know why I started looking at the comments, and I'm reading the comments, and everyone's like, sir, are you going to be doing it tonight? Are you going to do it? So I was like, damn, I've been, I go in and out in the beef sector, and I catch my little tidbits by watching news segments from folks' shows. So I cannot say that I'm 100% fully, like, always catching every single thing that went on this year. And is my sound muffled? It could be me. I'm sorry. Am I a little muffled? And let me, I just wanted to give that overview before the show, and I'm going to speak to everybody. But so what I did, I put together what I could do in 12 to 13 hours. I reached out to several folks who gave me synopses on certain events. I'm 100% positive. I was telling my guy, I was like, I'm almost certain I forgot and missed some things. Just a little barefoot Sauvignon Blanc. And then when we do our shots, I'm gonna pour up a little Hennessy. Um, so I'm almost certain that I forgot some things. I forgot some people. I forgot a lot of great moments throughout the year. So don't hold it against me. I just try to put something together, and I do see my co-host backstage. I'm so excited about that. So don't hold it against me. Don't hold it against us. Hopefully they'll be able to bring some, shed some light on anything that I missed, anything that you all put in the chat. So let me go ahead and shout out, my folks in the chat. T. Trisha, thank you so much. Happy New Year's to you as well. And I appreciate you. I do. All the love that you got. Risa, my baby. Happy New Year's Eve to you, and Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you for being here as always. Hey Leslie, how you doing? Miss Gerald, Carrie Ray, hey boo, how you doing? Miss Jones and Mrs. Jones. Miss Gerald, how you doing? I know I saw ODS in the building. There you go. What up, ODS? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Miss T Velocity, how you doing? Yes, it's a little Sauvignon Blanc. Miss Brown Hester, how you doing, babes? Meredith Four, hey, hey, hey. What up, Team AJ? All right, so before we begin, um, this show, I wanted to make sure my last show was a show for the subscribers. So if you are a content creator, beef sector, by all means, thank you. I appreciate you for being here. But take a little seat in the back and let us just diagnose what we saw this year, what went on this year. And then I've also hit up a few content creators. It's my sound. Check my sound. Oh shoot. Mic audio. Oh, that's why. So damn retarded. Testing. 1, 2, 3. It should be a lot better now. Yeah, I had the mic set to my computer mic instead of the mic that I have. So this show is subscribers based. So the co-hosts tonight are subscribers, definitely subscribers of different camps. So I tried to get a little bit of mix of everything. We're gonna give our opinion. We want the subbies to give their opinion, and then I have a few content creators who may or may not pop through, but I asked them to stop throughout the show just to give their little highlight on what's going on. So without further ado, let me bring to the stage Mrs. V. Lenore. Hey, we can't hear you.
Hey, how's that?
Hey, you're looking so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
You're looking so pretty. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know it was like a last minute thing, and I was just trying to put something together for the beef sector, just to recap what we went through or what we saw this year, and to see what sort of give us an idea what we expect next year. So, without further ado, let me bring up someone else who will be joining us tonight. Without further ado, let me bring up none other than Honest Row. Honest.
What's up? What's going on, King Roman?
How are you?
I'm doing fine. What's up, V. Lenore? You're looking mighty good.
Oh,
Yes,
thank
it
you,
is.
Row.
Oh, you're
So,
so
Honest Row,
welcome.
are we
sweetie.
not going to see you tonight?
Yeah. You know what, y'all? Give me like 5 minutes, and I'm about to cam right up.
Okay, no, that's fine. Take your time. So, V. Lenore,
Yes.
would you say that, because I know I'm novice, I wouldn't say I'm a completely deep into like everything that went on in the beef sector. Would you say that you pretty much saw a lot of the things that went on this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a lot of things happen.
You saw a
this
lot of
year.
things.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's going to be a couple of things that we all are going to be like disagreeing on. There's going to be a couple of moments that you're probably going to be like, no, this went that way. And I'm going to be like, no, this went that way. But I'm so glad that I have like you and Honest Row, because I feel like our vibe can be so like, you know, vibe off of each other. It's not going to be confrontational. We're the subscribers of these folks. Like we're
Right.
there. We're the ones who watch what they put on for us. So if you understand what I mean. So thank you again for being here. Hey, look at Timothy Blaine. Hey, Mr. Blaine. I'm gonna drop the link once we get further into the show. I'm gonna drop the link for you, okay? Hey, peace, love. How you doing? So I want to give him a little bit of time to set this up. If y'all have any questions, y'all please hit the like button. Please share the video. Please, if you, I don't know if you do the Cash App thing, Velan, or no, or not. If you have your Cash App, you can change your name to your Cash App, or if you want to drop it in the chat, and then the mods could pick it up from there and just keep pushing that out.
Okay.
Make sure y'all support. Happy New Year's Eve. Anyone has any plans tonight? What are you guys doing? Anybody going out? Are you going out, B. Lenore?
No.
No.
No. The Amarion has me in the house.
Okay.
I'm good.
You sound like a lot of my friends. Everyone is basically saying no big thing tonight.
I'll be honest. So I did travel for Christmas, and even that had me a little nervous. I mean, I
Yeah.
took all the precautions, but at one point, I was delayed like a whole day. My flight got canceled once I was in the airport, and it took like 5 hours to get rebooked for the next day. So, and I was in LA.
So did you have to wait in the airport that whole time?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
had family come pick me back up, and then we just went back the next day. But
That's
it was
the
still,
scariest thing.
it was still crazy, and I still felt like I was around more people than I really wanted to be around. So I'm just gonna be cool because everybody I know is sick, unfortunately.
Yeah. I agree. I got a couple of invites to go out, and the one that I chose was the one that was more like intimate. Like we're talking about 10 or less people involved. So me and my friend will probably just go over there and just count it down. But I think we all have that I want to get out the house bug, because I know when I left for Christmas, it felt good.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's like it has that bug. So let me put this on to the screen and not let it play. Okay, so I don't know if you heard me earlier, V. Lenore. I was talking about how I pulled this together by looking at a lot of different videos. I mean, I spent last night and some of today looking at a whole bunch of videos to catch myself up. Okay, Risa, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody just coming through, just checking it out, and definitely those hitting the replay. Hey, Nikki with the eye patch. And so I just put a lot of things together. I know I'm going to have forgotten some stuff, like missed some moments. So if any one of these categories where you caught, like you feel like I've missed something, please feel free to add it in, because I know for certain I have. So
okay.
I don't know if I want to start without honest roll, but I mean we can. For the first one, the first one that I put together for moment number 10 of this year was rest in peace to everyone we lost this year. I felt like I was a part of what happened. I saw the China Dow sort of play out on YouTube, and then we sort of was a part of like Ladies P's audience, and we saw that happen. So I wanted to really, before we begin, wish everyone who lost someone this year, everyone who suffered through COVID, everyone who sort of had a rough patch this year. I wanted to begin this by, sending my condolences and my prayers to all of those folks. We're the subscribers of the beef sector, and we know it's all about beefing sometimes, but we do have these moments of clarity, reality check, where it's not about that. So I don't know if you remember either one of these. Both?
Yes. I did not know China Doll, and honestly, I'd heard her name in passing from time to time, and it wasn't until her actual passing that that I really started to pay attention to conversation. But definitely, I knew Lady P. Have talked to her multiple times. As far as we were on stereo last year. I obviously would follow she and QB when they would do their stay off the phone segments. So that was sad, and harder for me to sort of wrap my mind around, to be quite honest. So
I can imagine. And when I was, going through this and making this, I was thinking about, like, I wonder what her subscribers, Lady P, her subscribers, sort of what, little video or what favorite video of theirs do they hold on to. And I tried to look at the numbers and look at the engagement, but that was a lot of work. And so I couldn't really just do that. But it seemed like she had a lot of support, and a lot of love. So rest in peace again to Lady P. So I'll move into number 9. Keep the clock rolling.
Hey y'all. What's up? Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, Honest Ro, for just like championing being a champion of mine, like being a supporter of mine, even, you know, through the rough patches and everything that's going on. And thank you so much for agreeing to come tonight and just share your opinion on what went on this year. Any thoughts before we be? Huh?
I say you're so welcome.
Oh,
yeah, it's great to join you tonight. We're gonna have some fun, right, y'all?
Yes. I hope. Do you all drink? I hope everyone has like a nice drink or your water or.
You know what? I probably will sneak off in a moment and just grab something to drink real quick.
Okay.
But I don't want to hold up the show, so.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I got some Bear Layer.
You got some? Yeah, I got some Barefoot and Henny.
Some Bear Layer.
What's that?
You know the yeah, that gold drink.
Is it whiskey?
No, it's champagne.
Oh. Okay, bro. What you getting into tonight? What are you getting into tonight?
Oh, you know what? No, a friend of mine brought it for me for a gift. Yeah.
Okay. So we just covered the 10 moment I put down for this year was we lost two folks that we know here on YouTube, China Doll and Lady P. And I was just talking about how it was such a for me, it was more endearing because I actually got to interact with at least China Doll and I got to actually see Lady P in action. I don't know if you have any memories or anything related to either one of them.
Yeah, China Doll was so sweet. She was always so sweet to me. You know, I always remember her in chats, especially you know, I know she hung out in Tracy's chat a lot. So I've always had positive interactions with her. And Lady P, I didn't have much interaction with Lady P. I looked at a lot of her videos actually up until, you know, up until everything happened. I was getting more knowledge of Lady P. I was like getting to know who she was more up until the tragedy.
Yeah, I think these two moments brought everyone together, sort of pushed everyone to stop saying some of the things they were saying or stop doing some of the things they were doing just for a brief moment in time. Like these are the reality check moments, I say, of the beef sector. So rest in peace to them and anyone who lost someone this year. Let me speed it up because, you know, I got. All right. So next we had the battle of the lists. So we had two lists this year. It was really interesting because I think out of this, it was much more than just the two lists. I think everyone started creating their own lists. So we had the Pettyville list, which I think that was rolled out first by Brianna. You know, something that her and Pettyville did, and then they would release the results on her community wall. And it was also something that Kimmy was heavily involved with as well. And then I think that list had a lot of traction, and I felt like a lot of people felt slighted by it because not everyone was mentioned on that list. And so then we had the Babe Nation tracker.
Wait, that's not how the Babe Nation tracker started.
Okay. So I just want to say my clarity point is Pettyville list came first, I believe so, and then Babe Nation was afterwards. So
for sure,
Babe Nation, and is it called Babe Nation tracker or tracking list? I think I said.
Actually, it became the Renebabe tracker.
The Renegade tracker.
Because QB's group are the Renegades and Phi's group is Babe Nation. But when they come together, we create Renegades. So
the Renebabe tracker. And, you know, I have to admit, both of them were widely successful during their prime time running. You know, they both created a lot of content for everyone. What were your thoughts about the list? V, you want to go?
Well, they were interesting. Here's what I thought about the track. I mean, the lists were funny at times. It was funny. The Renebabe tracker came along, I can say, because when Pettyville decided that they were going to stop their list, that was when Phi Babe said, "Well, I'm going to start a list." It was that sort of thing.
It just pick it up.
Yeah.
Pick it back up pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I believe after that, Pettyville decided to pick theirs up too. So then there were two lists going on at the same time. It was fun. Sometimes a little long on our Renegade side of things. It
Definitely
became like
long.
3-hour live. I was like, oh God, you know. But they were funny while they lasted, I thought.
Honest, what do you think?
Yeah, I started watching Brianna's list, and I really liked the list when Brianna was doing it, and it was to the point where I tried to do a little like after show of that list. And I feel that as long as folks didn't get in their feelings, that was the big thing I think about the list, is that people got in their feelings and they was saying, I don't want to be on the list, I don't want to be on the list, and then they started dragging. So it was kind of hard for people to really focus on still doing it. And that's kind of why I think Brianna, everybody kind of branched off from doing it. So Fabe probably was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and get this list, I'm gonna turn it into the tracker.
Yeah.
And I feel that she did that. She really did do that because she knew it would bring her some type of numbers when she first started off. But then she started to see what Brianna and them was going through, with the people, with the backlash. And I was in that last tracker, and I saw some stuff in that last tracker that I was like, well, yeah.
It's a heavy backlash, I think, when you do the list, because people, it's from everyone. It's different from when you like come up here and you go back and forth with one person. That list, that's everyone against you. So I can just imagine the type of backlash that will come from it. I thought it was funny. I was on like Babe Nation's list one time, the Renegade tracker list one time, and I'd never made Bree's list, but I think they both were funny, like as hell.
I did too. I thought they were both funny.
Yeah, I did too.
I do have to disagree with Honest Real. Honestly, I don't think that that's why.
Thank you, Bree.
I honestly believe that the reason why Babe and QB stopped the list was because it was long and they tried to condense it a couple times, and still condensing it was still long. And then I felt, to be quite honest, when we were watching Pettyville's list, it was more current things that happened within the week, and people sort of really followed that rule. But when we got to the Renegade tracker, I felt like people were just saying things in the list that they've always wanted to say.
Of course,
it was repeated every week, and I think that just was like, okay.
I agree. No, I agree. All right. So, can't do this show without being a little bit messy. So this is a question literally for us subscribers, because I really wanted to know, at the end of the day, we're at the end of the year, who had the better list? Whose list was the best list, given the content produced, given everything that came after each person's list once they released it on their respective nights? Who had the better list? Who would you say?
I'm not voting because I'm going to say the Renegade list. So I may not be fair. So, I'm going to say that. But Peace Love is so funny. Look at her comment. I call them the throw your rock and hide your hand list. Well, I mean, because people could do that. People could literally, say whatever they want and be anonymous with it, So,
Brianna's list, I felt was better because it was funnier. Because I felt that when Kimmy was doing it, I really felt that she brought a lot. She brought a lot of the humor as well as Brianna. Like, they branched off each other.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'll be honest. It was definitely more streamlined. It was streamlined, and it got to the point of what had transpired during the week. After a while, I felt like when you got some people who are putting the same things on there every single week, at least for, I know for our Renegades list, it felt like that. So I'll give you that. I'm not mad. I think they did a good job with their list. I'm not going to lie. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I think you made a very good point earlier that the Renegade tracker list was just too long. It was just too long for them to go through all of that. It almost was like you wanted somebody to put titles in the first comment and you could just click to the names. But if it was like 10 names or maybe 15 names that they just did for off the list, I think they had a little sketch going, feeding off of each other. And the Pettyville list, I think we all love because it was the only list we knew. It was the only list we knew. It came out. You just hope that you weren't on the list. And so, I give Bree and Pettyville credit for it being a novel idea. And I give Phi Babe and them credit for just having that comedy sketch with it. Because I feel like they went back and forth off of each other, even when it was about themselves. So for me, I think they both did a good job. I think they both should bring their respective lists back. It was good content. That's my opinion on it. I'm looking at the chat. And you all, I'm so sorry I didn't get the poll ready for tonight because I'm rushing. I'm going out tonight. It's like we all kind of sort of doing our own thing, but we sort of get the gist and you all kind of get the idea. It leaves you begging who had the better list. So let's go to the next one.
You see Duchess though. I'm not gonna Duchess said
Schindler's List was better. Oh, really?
God.
All right. And let me know, chat, can you all see the screen? So this year, number 8 on my list was the glow up. We had a lot of glowing up. We had a lot of launching of products and upgrading of assets. Most memorable to me, and you all throw in if you missed any. Phi Babe launched her hair and wig company the start of the year, and throughout the year, I think she purchased a car. Timothy Blaine released a new book. Spill It Boy TV bought a house. Brianna purchased a new car. Rico moved to New York City, and Jay Wilson got new household appliances.
New? Are we calling them new?
Yeah, they're new to the house.
Okay.
Y'all having to do this on the 31st.
It's a new washer and dryer.
It is new. It's new to us. It's never been in his house before.
He got on offer up.
Did he?
No. Jay Wilson don't
listen.
No,
he said it was brand new.
Yeah, Ro, can you drop your Cash App as well, or change your screen name to your Cash App so folks can support you? Okay. And then I also put asterisk, a few cosmetic surgeries occurred also. And I didn't want to put anyone or anything, but I think that happened throughout the year as well. So do you all have any fond memories of any of these? I remember them all distinctly.
I can personally say that I have, well, first of all, I don't want this to be V. Lenore is talking about Babe Nation, but what I will say about Phi Babe, the one thing I will say, I have the lashes. I don't have them on, but I have V. Lenore lashes from her hair and wig company.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And I have personally seen her car. So it's real. So a lot of people were questioning that. So I can speak to those things. Everyone else I've seen like everyone else has seen online. So
what about you, Honest?
You mean like through all these right here?
Yeah, I feel like Jay Wilson also launched a product. He launched his towels. I missed that as well.
Oh, right.
He did launch his prayer cloths.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Hey, you know what, y'all? I mean, I feel like all of these were great things that they all were able to show us and release. Definitely starting a new business within YouTube. That's something that shows your growth as a content creator and being able to buy a freaking house, a car. And I mean, we got some talented folks over here in this beef sector. We got to definitely say that. And even, Jay Wilson, I mean, y'all, that's where I was at today. I was in the laundromat for hours. So he got his washer and dryer right there at the house. I'm like, okay, if that's something you want to display to us, let it be. Because I sure could have used me a good old washer and dryer at the house. Instead of going to that laundromat for hours. And Rico's move. We got things popping over here. We sure do.
So I have to clarify one thing. Spill It Boy TV said he bought his house in 2020 and it wasn't 2021. So I'm just assuming that it was put out on the streets in 2021.
Yeah.
Far after it was purchased. And so he didn't buy a house this year, but it was a mentionable subject. I remember people having conversations about it, and him coming out here like, okay, um,
and congratulations on the house. I don't care how you got it, when you got it. Congratulations on the house. Anytime somebody can get one, no matter how they get it, as well as starting companies, as well as writing books. You know, whatever it is that you've done, it is an accomplishment. I don't feel like any of these people were really bragging about what they, well, you know, some may argue that, but I just feel like it was, they were living their life, and we saw it, we witnessed it, and I wish everybody the best because of it. It inspires the rest of us to do better and do more.
it really does, and that's a really great point. Like, folks in the beef sector are glowing up, and we're watching them move up, no matter how much folks try to drag them on what it is and, you know, how long it took them to accomplish it. Y'all doing it. So I wanted to make sure I covered that this year we did see a lot of that happening. I don't know about the years prior because I wasn't too in tune, but I did see a lot of new things. Folks are doing new things. Of course, we watch people, you know, unbox and receive a lot of gifts on their channel. So mad love, mad support. Now, I do have the question, who had the best glow up? So who do you think this year had the best glow up?
Who you asking first?
Go honest.
The best glow up.
Remember, we're subscribers, so we're watching them from like a fan in the audience. You know what I mean? So we're approaching this from what we've seen, not what we think we know. You know, this is literally from what we've seen. Who do you think has had the best glow up?
Y'all, I'm gonna have to get this one for the most talked about glow up, huh?
Honorable mention, Rita. Rita absolutely had a glow up this year. I should have put her on this list because she moved. Her place looked extremely dope. I felt like throughout watching her entire videos, I felt like she also had a glow up in her presence and herself as well. V. Lenore, I already see you. But this is how I absolutely do feel like that from watching her over the years, over the last year and a half. I felt like that personally. So, but go ahead, Honest Row. Finish what you were saying. I wanted to make sure I put that in there because I just saw it in the chat. But I really do felt like Rita should have been on that list as well.
You know what, y'all? I think the biggest like kicker glow up that kind of like everybody felt the ways about is Fat Babe's business, her business popping up this year. You know, a lot of people had a lot to say about it, and it really had a lot of people talking. You know, so I definitely say that was a glow up for her. You know, being that she isn't a lot of the beef, for her to be able to manage the beefing and start a business and run it smooth until the end of the year. I feel that's a big glow up.
How about you, V?
I have to agree, honestly, because in some ways we didn't just hear about her business. We knew people who were buying from the business. We saw her wearing products from her business. We saw her rearrange and buy furniture as well in her apartment. Like, she did a lot of things that we were able to kind of watch as we went along. So I would say Five Babe, honestly. Yeah. I see the glow up.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you all both. I think that Babe Nation, the company, the idea of a content creator from the beef sector starting a company, that idea in itself was a upgrade for a lot of folks. I think a lot of people have businesses, they have clothing businesses, but I think that was a shocker. Like, oh, she really did it. But I also think that, and someone asked, can we define what do I mean by glow up? Well, glow up is relative to the person. I'm not saying everybody's going to go from A to Z at the same length of time. I'm just saying, and what we watch folks and from where they were to how they are today, did they have a glow up? And so y'all are going to disagree with me for this, but I'm definitely going to say Rita. I'm definitely going to say
she wasn't even on your list.
She wasn't on my list, but it really hit me because now as I think about overall in terms of presence, you know, there was also moments where instead of her popping off or doing certain things, she just went away. I'm not going to be your content. I'm not going to say anything. And I think those were moments of like, oh, wow. Okay. So for me, I'm going to say that I think she had one of, you know, among the others, a big glow up. Definitely. I don't want to negate that. And all of I see the chat, I see the messiness, but we're trying to have a positive go out on the end of the year show.
Peace, love is being bad.
Bad. All right. Let's get into number 7 here. Number 7. Oh, baby. Doxing, stalking, and exposing. So this year, it went to another level. So we had doxing. Fi's chat was targeted. Tim's address and neighbors were leaked. Alleged photos of Sir King were leaked. Stalking. Rita stalked at her new place and at a store, allegedly. Deirdre claims cyber stalking on everybody. Everybody cyber stalking her. And Brianna allegedly has a photo of her car produced. Exposing, we have recorded phone calls of former friends talking about other people. We had text and IG messages where folks were dragging people, leaked. And we also had Zooms discussing each other's camps. So, I mean, I thought it was very, 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 I felt like it went to the next level for everyone. I felt like everyone was trying to figure out, how can I be more salacious, but legal? How can I, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like everyone was trying to do the right thing, but how far can I go with that right thing? What do you all think?
Go ahead, Honest Row.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, yeah, definitely. The doxing, it went to levels that, you know, being that I've heard of a lot of doxing go on back when, but this year it was just like really, how can I put it out? Like people just threw it out. They just threw it out and was like, who cares what you think about me doxing? I'm a dox and I'm gonna do it. And you know, they were exposing things. A lot of false doxing was going on as well. So, you know, you're like, wow, how you just gonna dox somebody that don't got nothing to do with the beef? So it was just, it's a lot of strange stuff that was going on with the doxing. You know, I mean, I think, you know, we should just be able to come up here and beef, but that definitely isn't the case. People gonna do what they want to do. Stalking, now that's just excessive. You know, if you're gonna stalk folks, I mean, it shows that some people are definitely addicted to the mess. And exposing, you know, I feel if you're not willing to expose yourself, then it's no point of you exposing anybody else. But this ain't how they set to work. You know, they're gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna do what they want to do. And I'm like, okay. And I'm gonna do what I want to do too. And I'm gonna talk. Okay. I'm gonna talk what I want to. I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about, and I could care less what anybody thinks. Because everybody else up here show are doing whatever they want, and we all adults. So if we're gonna show our adult card, then I'm gonna make sure to keep showing mine. You know, but I know my limits. I know my limitations and what I'm willing to do, and I'm gonna stick by it because I'm gonna always be myself. I could care less what folks think.
I feel you.
You got to think like that.
How about you, V?
I am against doxing, and I don't care who's doing it. I don't like it. This is a virtual world that we're living in. Shit should stay virtual as far as I'm concerned. If we wanted people to know our names and addresses, we'd put it out here ourselves. I mean, the fact that people are doing all that is usually because they have felt hurt some sort of way and they feel that they're losing a fight in some sort of fashion. And I think that that's why they do it. There's some folks that will say that they do it out of response to what has been done to them. That may be the case, but I just don't like it. Stalking, of course, is never acceptable. But I just don't like the doxing and the exposing.
Yeah. And for me, the most triggering one for me this year was people actually showing up to people's places, like physical locations, like actually taking pictures of you standing outside your house and stuff like all of now that is grounds for a carry law. Like
Yeah.
that to me is
Yeah.
one of the most, and I saw it across sectors in a lot of the different sectors, but I see where people just feel like they are so comfortable enough once your address is leaked to pull up and take a picture of you or and hold that. Like that to me is borderline uh you can file some assault, like harassment. That to me is definitely grounds to take someone out.
Yeah.
All the other stuff, you know, then also being targeted because you're in someone's chat, that to me was crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's
I just
crazy.
imagine like being in one of my faves chats, and because I'm being the most vocal in that chat, now I'm targeted.
Yeah.
That's it makes us as subscribers, we're like, whoa, you
Yeah.
know.
Hmm.
That was part of the biggest reason why I slowed down being in a lot of chats as I started doing this show, because I didn't want to become someone's target. So
Hmm.
less in the mess, more behind the scenes. For me, I felt like that worked. Of course, I got to ask you all, what do you think was the worst and most shocking? I think we all basically said what we thought was the worst and most shocking of this year. Honest Road, did you say what you thought was the worst or most shocking? I know you were also a part of, and we, you know, when everything went down with Tracy, where someone allegedly was going to take her out. I think they were gonna like they were
Oh, right.
allegedly, and you were in the chat with that as well. I think that probably was a traumatic experience for you as well too.
Yeah, at the time, I was very flustered. Yeah, you never want to hear about somebody talking about killing. Um, and it definitely triggered me. I'll say,
Yeah,
at the time it did. Um, it was a lot of words, that were said off of that, and it's still going on, where people are saying they want to do something horrible to somebody.
Hmm.
So you know what, y'all, I gotta tell you, um, nothing really shocks me anymore when it comes to this stuff over
Yeah.
here. Because I'm I'm gonna be quite honest with you. It's some of the content creators that say the most horriblest things. I like some of them. I'm not gonna lie, I like some of them. Um, Now, should they say it? No. I'm not gonna say they should say it. But yeah, the most shocking um that did catch me. I'll say that was something that caught me when I was hearing about the killing. But it was a lot of things that were shocking this year. I just don't. It's too many balls that I'm juggling with that, y'all. I just don't know which one was the worst.
I
It's too many.
understand. I understand. I understand. I think they're all was very worse. I know a shocking one was when Timothy Blaine's doxing takes all. Oh, thank you, Timothy Blaine. Doxing takes all of the fun of this. Fight with your words or play somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I was gonna
I
just
agree.
say, I think that when Timothy Blaine was doxxed, I think that for a lot of us watching him react to that like live was disheartening. No matter who would have done it to him, no matter how it would have happened, no matter if he was in the wrong or right, I think us all as viewers watching that moment as it played out and watching him sort of try to regroup and figure out what to do, that was like tugging at, you know, it was like, oh my god, this is
Hmm.
crazy. So I can definitely say that was another moment where we were like, whoa, you know, what's going on. So but we know if this is where we at in 2021, y'all, just imagine where we're going in 2022.
No, no.
Just imagine where we're going in 2022.
Yo, I'm sorry. I know this is gonna be a little messy, but who doxed Timothy Blaine again? I'm not
And I
sure who
didn't
did it.
see it
Can you talk
either. I
about it?
just heard about it after the fact. Who did it? Who did it? Who did it?
So apparently what happened, or allegedly what happened, uh, Mr. Timothy Blaine and Mrs. Babe were going at it with each other, and I think Timothy Babe was triggered by something that Timothy Blaine said, and she came back on her channel and she sort of did like a layout of Google Maps of where he lives, sort of what the outside looks like.
Oh, okay. I do remember that.
And then we got sort of an idea of what who the neighbors were. And then it just went from there. And it was just like, oh my God, Fi, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, I didn't remember that. I didn't remember.
Yeah,
that. I do remember seeing the pictures. I do remember seeing the pictures. I didn't remember. Is that so? Those are the pictures that people are saying where the neighbors were in the picture? Because I thought this whole thing about the neighbors being in the picture was something different.
I don't know if it was the neighbors in the picture. I just know that we had names and like which apartment they were at in the building. Yeah. So it was a deep, and now that's all I'm saying. Like, if that's where we are, just imagine. And I remember even a year before that, someone's college was called. They call it the person in school who's in school. So, it's a little bit deep.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when Fi did that, but that person also said they were coming to murder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so
that's different.
It's like it's gonna keep going and going and going.
Yeah.
Honestly, you look so shocked, like it's shocking to you, but you're in it. Nothing should be shocking to you anymore at this point.
Yeah, y'all know, I'm just trying to focus in on a lot of the stuff. Like, how they did Jay Wilson too, on exposing his office or whatever.
So, number 6, filing paperwork. This was another year where we caught a lot of people filing paperwork. Jay Dunn calling the cops on Food Junkie, Tracy reporting Deidre to the police or the FBI, the Better Business Bureau called on Phi Babe, Rita filing papers on Sean Bradley and others, Roy Allen alleging to file papers on Rita's and others for playing her voice, her likeness, Deirdre calling housing on Rita, and the FBI called on Ken. When you look at this, it's just like, wow, this is all from YouTube. This is all from YouTube.
Yeah, and
what do you all have to say? Does any of this shock you all?
No.
No, yeah, it does. I mean, this whole FBI stuff is just so out of hand. No, none of it really shocks me, but it's just it makes me feel that people need to log off more often. Definitely, they need to log off because now look, I understand. Now see, it must be something different. I don't have children, so if people who have children, they have the right, I guess, to feel as triggered as they want. So I guess that's the reason the FBI, could be called if you like, hold on, you're not gonna mess with my children. So if that is a approach that the mother or the father is loose, they really feeling real angry and they're like, hold on, I gotta do whatever I can to stop this person from approaching my child with any type of talk.
Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Who are we talking about in this specific moment? Who are you talking about?
Shoot, everybody that has done it. I mean, I'm thinking about like who does it all the time. It seems Lick You. It's from what they say. She calls the FBI. And we've seen content creators that be on the phone with somebody. And I just don't know. I know that it's definitely something that they do because they want to get the person off their back. That's the definite thing. They want to get the person off their back. Now, some people are planning people's downfalls with it though. Like I definitely think when, Leak You did it, she was planning, this person's downfall. Like she wanted nothing but the worst for them. And other people, reporting it, it's just, I just don't see what's, I understand, people that don't have self-control, to the point where they like, you gonna stop talking about me, so I'm gonna call. I never would feel that type of way, but in what we have going on over here, some people feel that way. We know the people that talk the worst get it most of the time, though. You know, the people that really throw it out. Yeah, they know a lot about, yeah, the FBI came to my house, they approached me. So, if you don't want these folks to call on you, I guess just don't talk real evil to them. I mean,
Well,
that's
but here's the thing. If you look at this list of people, the folks that are doing the calling sometimes are the people who are actually at fault for the same act, if not worse. So it's hard to tell. Look, this is what I think. I would agree with you. I don't think that the FBI, the police, law enforcement in general should not be used as a toy. We don't play with them. We need them for real things. Okay. And I think that if you feel legit threatened some sort of way, then you act. But if you're doing that to get at your enemy, then that's where the problem lies for me. And then it takes away its power if the very person who is calling to report the matter is someone who's guilty of the same act. It's hard for me to find any real compassion for that. And that's just across the board for me. So I just don't think you should be playing with law enforcement. You shouldn't be playing with the justice system.
Well, so let me ask you both this as subscribers. So being convicted on that point, like we think it's wrong, we know it's wrong. When we see our favorite content creator engaging in that behavior, and I know my answer, do we feel obligated to adjust how we are engaging with them, or do we feel obligated, or do we just think that that's them, that's how they're playing their game, we're just a subscriber to that person? Or do you feel like there should be some level of responsibility and accountability as a subscriber, and we should hold that CC, our favorite CC, accountable for those words and those actions?
I personally believe that the person with the most power in the situation is the subscriber.
Yeah.
And as long as you were sitting in that chat when those things are happening, or you're praising the person for what they're doing, you're encouraging them to do more of the same. It's hard though when you're in the beef sector, because everybody feels like everyone should have the right to fight the way they want to fight, which was why when I created my channel, I didn't want to touch the beef sector. Like me sitting here on your panel with you, that's going to be very different than what happens on my channel.
Yeah.
Because you cannot, it's hard to report on the situation without you being considered being a part of the mess. If you're in the chat while they're doing whatever, you're a part of the mess. And sometimes you do just want to watch, and see what happens. Look, no lie about that. If I wasn't a little bit messy, I wouldn't be in the beef sector at all, right?
Right. No, that's a real honest answer.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. It's just
that's a real honest answer. Yeah, that's how I feel. Sometimes I'm like, I want to say something. Then there are moments where it's like, I just don't even care. It's like, what else have you done?
Exactly.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, about one of my faves. Like, no, you did not. So I think that everyone, I feel like if you're convicted on your point, you should always walk into the situation with your convictions, not letting them be tainted. If you feel like that's a disrespectful thing, no, it's a disrespectful thing. If you decide to engage, you're still engaged, but that was wrong, and you don't mind saying that and calling it out. I think that's important as well. I was gonna add, of course, my question for this one was, which one, who had the most legal right to file paperwork? And here was the options, on which one of these was the most compelling. And I know I have mine. I don't know if you guys remember this list, or if you know which one you feel like was the most compelling to actually file paperwork.
The most legitimate one?
Yeah.
I don't feel like any of them were, to be quite honest. That's my take on it. I see what folks are saying in the chat, but I don't believe any of them were legit, to be quite honest.
What about you, Honest Ro?
So what exactly did Ray Allen?
Oh,
why did she file on Rita? What did Rita do?
Oh, I know what it was. Okay, let me go back with Ray Allen. Someone asked in the chat, who is Ray Allen? What I will tell you, I know she's a member of Club Chat, and she is not a chick to be played with. What I will say is
Wow.
this woman has changed laws in her national laws. So if you have the kind of pull to change a law, because it's very hard to get laws changed, you don't want to mess with her. I do recall that her voice was played out loud from a Zoom on Rita. I didn't remember that it was Rita, but it makes sense. It was Rita's live. And so she said she didn't give permission for her voice to be used in that way. And it was just supposed to be a private Zoom, which was not even aired. I don't think that Zoom was streamed live. So I think that's why she filed. So I have to go back. Maybe that one is legit. If she did not, if someone's using your voice and they're going to make money off of that video or not, she didn't give permission. So maybe that one is the more legit one. I don't think any of the rest were for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that one, if that actually was displayed on somebody else's platform. And, if Zeus really said, I mean, if Zoom, is like, look, privacy, they really go forth with the Privacy Act, then yeah, that right there was the worst. Because the rest of them are, I mean, they just it all was because of words, right?
Right,
Or
right. And
what
peace,
people
love.
saw.
Maryland hasn't agreed yet, sweetheart. We have to wait until is it February? Then we'll know if they agree. That hearing was to see if it was worth pushing forward. So we don't know yet.
All right. All right. Filing the paperwork. This was the year we filed some paper. We definitely saw a lot of the paperwork being filed. And in former years, it was like filing paperwork and nothing came of it. Well, baby, this year, folks was on it. So another thing we saw was lost channels flagged on the play. We had the copyright strike theme song plot. We had Rick
That was
Reed.
hilarious.
Rick
I mean,
Reed
it wasn't
flagged-
funny. I'm sorry, I'm talking over you. That wasn't funny, but that was crazy. I should
That
say
was
that.
crazy. That was definitely a trick. Rick
What was that?
Reed
What was that one, y'all?
copyright stream. So there was this song that I think 5A played on her channel, and then other people. Then Spiller Boy TV said it's everybody's song. We all gonna play it on our channel, and so everyone started playing it on their channels. And I think she or someone allegedly went and owned the song. Basically, they went and copyrighted the song, didn't they?
She did not. They tried to make it look like Fi did it, but Fi didn't do it. And
That
then
was the
later
thing.
on, Chopper said it was him. So I don't know if it was Chopper, but he said that he was the one who did it.
So somebody basically
did it.
took
Like
the song, and so everyone who was playing it, they got a copyright strike. But then it came
And that's
out.
that one that goes dun. That's that one.
The cleanup song. So the one that that Treasure Lane plays for cleanup.
That's on YouTube Auto Music.
Yeah.
Once it came out, everyone, the strikes came down. Rick Reed flagged Fi and QB. Goddess was flagged, and that was a whole big thing because I think that was multiple players involved. Jay Wilson and Blessed Watkins was porn bombed. Tracy channel was taken down due to a copyright strike. And Ken allegedly flags Lady Nika's channel. Woo, baby.
He said he didn't do it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say allegedly. Allegedly flags Lady Nika. So
I'm hearing mixed things about that.
I mean, when you talk about weapons of mass destruction, they are coming after each other. So do you all remember these?
I remember the songs when that happened. I remember when Rick Reed flagged Fi. I can't remember what happened with QB, but Fi, her video got flagged because in the background on her television, one of Rick's videos was playing on the television behind her, and he flagged that, but it didn't go through. But yeah, and then Jay Wilson. Yes, I remember I didn't see Blessed porn bomb, but I saw Jay Wilson's.
Yeah, Jay Wilson got his
And
channel.
and I remember the other two as well. So
Yeah. Honest, do you remember them?
Yeah, you know what, y'all? I gotta say, I feel that Jay Wilson's what he got the biggest like loss of a
yeah,
whole channel,
yeah,
and you know, for them that he had to start all the way over. So his was probably the worst because he had to start it over. Well, Tracy did too, though.
yeah.
But
She
I
did
mean,
three,
Mm-hmm.
and then now she has one right now. I don't know what that means, but yeah.
I think Tracy has a couple more backups. She finna just put them back online. A couple of her other channels, so that man. And I don't think QB really responded to the Rick Reed flag. He just let it play itself out. The
Yeah,
7 days. Because I didn't hear anything more than that. And then so the Ken and allegedly flags Lady Nika, where everyone's hearing mixed signals. I went through all the videos last night, and I think now it's to the point where it's a group of people who did it on behalf of Ken.
Oh,
and
wow.
Ken is reaching out to those folks to have them remove it. And I'm like, wow, Ken has an army now.
I'm over here laughing at Peace Love. She is a mess. She said that Jay Wilson now is he's back and he's posting Coach bags and appliances.
Peace Love.
And Brahmin bags, Peace Love. Brahmin bags too.
Yo, we forget one person too that got flagged this year.
Who?
April Walker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
April Walker channel was a flag. Yeah, I out of all of these, it doesn't. The one that surprises me the most would have been when well, and this could be a little bit biased, but when Tracy lost her channel, I was like, oh my god, everybody pretty much was running around like Tracy's banned off YouTube, she's gone, there's no more Tracy, because it was all three of her channels. It wasn't just one channel, it was all three gone. It was like, oh wow, they really did ban her. And then when she came back, it was like, okay, what happened? So for me, that was like the most like, okay, Tracy's not gonna be in the beef sector anymore. How does that look? Like, what do y'all? How does that go? So that was the most shocking to me. And
I would say the most shocking for me was that song, because it made me nervous, because I was like, I thought these songs were the free songs on YouTube and it was safe to play, and all these channels were getting tagged, and I was like, what in the world? But it made itself right in the end. But I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Baby,
yeah, okay. They were considered false flagging, right?
Yeah.
Yep. False.
That was definitely the flags on the play was definitely. I think it's gonna get even more worse. I feel like people are now, if you use my commentary without giving your own commentary even more than 15 seconds, I feel like people are getting themselves ready to be eligible to for a flag.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm sorry, I got one question though. Like, so how come when Jay Wilson got porn bombed, his channel was terminated, but when Miss Bless got porn bombed, how come hers didn't get terminated?
I think that was the third strike.
Oh, well, I think with him, he left the video. So it happened twice, 2 days in a row. And the second day, he said, it's fine. He kept playing the video. And I believe that that's how the person was able to come back and flag it for porn. And that's what did him. If I'm wrong, someone in the chat, please correct me. But I believe that it happened 2 days in a row. And the second time he thought, well, I'll just edit it when I'm done. But you can't do that. You have to end that video immediately. I could be wrong.
Bless deleted the video immediately.
Yeah, she did the right thing, and he thought he could, he thought he had time, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that, y'all.
All right, so number 4. Oh, baby, look at the time. Number 4. So this year, y'all, this is not even the whole list. Just know I had to scrunch in what I could. Fallouts and quarrels amongst friends, baby.
Wow.
This was just like it to me. It was crazy. Let me put the whole list on the screen so I can see it myself. Okay, so we had Dovey and Bree, Diamond, Dory and Rita, Tracy and Kwani, Phi Babe and QB, Brian and Spill It Boy TV, Vivian Jennings and Beaches Better, DKL and Tim Blaine, Tracy and Goddess, Pizarro and Rita, Phi and Raw Honest T, Dovey and Bless, Spill It Boy TV and Sir King, Kimmy and Bree, Lady Nika, Blessed and Ken, Sean Bradley and Phi Babe, Terry P and Spill It Boy TV, Tracy and April Walker, Pizarro and Kimmy, and Blessed and the Miss O. Do you guys remember these?
Well, I have a question. What was the Phi Baby and Sean Bradley? When did they fall
I
out?
knew it. I knew Leonard was gonna ask about that. So it was around the time where I think it was Cookie and Phi was going at it, and I think that Sean Bradley had did a Zoom or something, and a piece of it, somebody had brought some bones back saying that he had mentioned something in his Zoom, and it was talking about Phi, and Phi, you know, she went on pretty much the offense, like, no, he's not talking about me, you know, we never said we were friends. And then she came back and did another video. I watched it last night, and she was a little unhinged, and she was, you know, I think she had heard a little bit of the video that was allegedly that Sean had played, and she didn't say his name, but she was just basically saying we're not friends. Why would people wake up to pick a beef with people that is not even beefing with them? I'm not thinking about you. It was a little bit of that. So this was a quarrel, and it really revealed that they aren't friends. Like, they're not friends. They're literally business associates for the sake of the show. And that's that. And they figured out how to do that without being messy here on YouTube, like a lot of us, some of us, not a lot of us, some of us have learned how to do. Do you remember that, V. Lenore? I'm just trying to make sure.
I remember people saying we're talking about it, but I'll be honest, because I'm one of Sean Bradley's Patreon members as well. So I'm sometimes on those Zooms, and so are Phi's moderators, you know, a couple of them anyway. I believe maybe even all of them are members as well. And I've never heard him say anything crazy about her. I've heard him say, yeah, we're not friends, but I've heard her say that too.
Right.
So when that was stated, I didn't feel ways about, you know, I didn't see it like it was a fallout. If it may have seemed like it was somehow exposed to other folks, but I thought they were saying it all along. I thought they had been saying it all along, that they're not friends. They're cordial, you know.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, it just confirmed it. It was like, oh, okay. That's for real. That's not no BS. You know, I think for a lot of us, because even I for a long time thought like they were tight as bone. They were talking on the phone. You know, and it came out like, no, don't do any of that. What are you crazy?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have a lot here. Any of these stick out to you all?
Oh, yeah.
A couple of them, but I'm not going to speak on them.
When I tell y'all, I had to go through a whole lot of baby, I was like, dang, everybody done fell out. Everybody across the board has fell out.
And some of these fallouts, like, were ongoing. Like, they lasted. Like, they kept going back at each other, you know?
Going on and on, yep.
Or you think they made up and then they fall out again, you know? That happened a few times, so that's a lot.
Some of them have made up, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like Miss Dovey and Brianna.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
I think Tracy and Kwani sometimes have they made up? Did they make up, or they just no?
I think they're on the fence about to make up. I feel like that is on its way up because you know that's
Brian and Spill It Boy.
That was very shocking to me.
That was shocking, but I don't think that's irreparable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think that it was just like par for the course, if you know what I mean. Like, it's bound to happen here on the beef sector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet people were surprised about the Kimmy and Bree though.
That was my most shocking. That's the one that for me was like, Oh, okay. There go my boo. Hey, Tracy. That was the most shocking to me.
Tracy.
What about you
Yeah.
all? Honest Bro, what do you think?
Yeah, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna tell you, yeah, Bree and Kimmy, that was definitely a hard one for me because I just feel like it was, I know, if I ain't gonna say it was because of this, because of the beef sector, but the way we saw, I mean, we don't know what we saw after that, but we saw it as Kimmy felt some type of way and she left, the panel. And I was like, no, but I mean, sometimes I guess this is how friendship can work if it is with your work, with your actual work. Like, because, I feel like Brianna feels that this is something that is some type of work for her. So, when work compromises what you have going on with a friend, it's really hard to see that, because I know they were friends. It ain't. I know that there was not no false friendship. I know I can definitely say that they were friends. So, it's sad to say, that stuff happens, but I know that they are adults and they'll be able to go to course.
I would say one you missed on here was Kimmy and Miss O, the Miss O.
You know that because
I got another one too,
I'm
y'all.
not
Jay
gonna lie,
Wilson.
Sir King's video with the Miss O, I was watching that and I watched it was like 3 hours, y'all. So I'm bump through. I knew I missed like something else, but yes, Kimmy and the Miss O. I felt like the Miss O to not be a content creator, she had a huge impact on like the fallouts and quarrels. Like it was crazy how much um was caused because of that. You missed Bree, Kimmy, and Peace Love. No, that was like last year. So I think it was like sort of like towards the end of last year where that all started out. Because it didn't come up
And
in
then,
any of my
but
videos.
to your point about the Miss O, that's the same thing you could say about Kimmy. She wasn't a content creator.
That exactly. And so for me, I've always felt the same way I felt about Kimmy. Like Kimmy is just gonna be Kimmy. If you don't know that she's messy, then you know be ready. But I always felt like that with her. And it was just so interesting to watch them two, Kimmy and Brianna, sort of have this fallout this way. And then her home to be, her new home becomes grown folks TV. It's just so weird how that happens. Stuff like that doesn't happen all of a sudden. It's gradual when it's real, you know what I mean? So it just made me look like she really wants attention. I don't know, no matter where it is or where it's at, but I really do. And honestly, I know that's you're cool with her, and I could be cool with her, and I would tell her straight up. But I really do feel like she wants attention, and she'll flow where it's given. And I think Bree grew. Bree got more support. A lot of people in her chat went up for Bree and not necessarily for Kimmy. And I think after a while, for someone who wants attention, that becomes less of a place you consider home. And Beef ignited that and she moved on. And that's how I feel. I always felt like that. And so it's unfortunate it rolled out on YouTube because they were tight. They went together to get her car or something like that. I remember that happening. So, I will tell you this, it's definitely made me become very more aware of the relationships and friends that I do have from YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think it just made me double down on my loyalty to that bond. Like, okay, we're gonna be tight, Fuck YouTube, fuck YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, what are you all thoughts?
I would say one other one that was surprising to me, similar to what we were just talking about, was Terry P and Spillaboy, only because
Yes.
she adored him. She just adored my love this, my love that. So that was surprising.
He read
But
her.
look, what all of this has taught me is that you have to be very careful about the relationships you forge online, especially on YouTube, and most specifically, be realistic about what that relationship is. Is it just, don't think you're friends with people when basically you may just be acquaintances online and not friends. Like friend, that is not a
Absolutely.
word I use loosely. So
I agree. I think I think a lot of us say that about the whole bestie thing, when we hear the word bestie tossed around,
or auntie,
and or auntie
uncle.
or uncle. Yeah, yeah. I think we all look at that sometimes like, really, but it's all subjective. People use it, interchangeably how they choose to use it. That's what I've come to learn myself,
Yeah.
because we call Uncle Suge, but he's not our uncle, but that's the name of his channel. So I start to, look at things a little bit differently now. What about you, Honest Row?
Well, speaking of Uncle Tim and Jay Wilson, that surprised me. That kind of happened out the blue.
What happened out the blue? They've been
Yeah.
fighting since the beginning of time.
Right.
They've been fighting for years.
It really got vicious this year, though. It seemed that they really kind of went at it because they kind of were.
Baby, those two is like, that is just, that's gonna happen. I don't think
Yeah.
there's no making up, no nothing. I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let me be clear, Honest Road. When they went to Atlanta, that was March of 2020. Okay. When they went there, they had already been fighting for a year. Like they were enemies, like to no end. So when
And that was the shocker.
right.
Seeing them together was like, what? Get out of here. That was a lot for me, myself. I said, no, Sean Bradley did not pull this off. Nobody knew nothing, and it just popped up. I was like, this need to be on. Now that moment should have been on TV. There you go, ratings. All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get us out of here. We be going all night reminiscing, because it was very impactful. It was a lot going on this year, and I know I'm not covering everything, but I'm hoping that who. So here's the biggest question: who falls out the most? So we're gonna go back to this list. Who falls out the most? Hey, the ghetto view. I mean, who do you think falls out the most?
Spill It Boy TV and Sir King.
Really?
If you can say that. I mean, because certain times, Spill It Boy, he'll be on Sir King's panel, and it normally is always a fallout. They go back into battle. But I mean, unless you can say that they never got along, though.
I don't know. I don't think
that is being messy. Can the chat tell me what they think? Because the chat is like, I'm a hush. We all want to know. I already know who I know.
I know who I think too. I don't want to say.
Who do you think?
Y'all said who falls out the most, right?
You mean one individual who falls out with a lot of people that's on this list, or the two people?
One person, one name that you see, or you see a lot that frequently falls out with people.
Honest Row, what you say?
Y'all want me to say?
Oh, you know what?
Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy.
Absolutely. I think Tracy definitely falls out a lot with people nowadays, because I think before her channel changed, she had a mentality like, we're gonna be friends, we're gonna be cool. I'm gonna be alliance with everyone. When she got her new channel back, it was almost like, I don't care. I don't, what I mean? I felt a different air about her. So now I feel like all of these different quarrels that she's getting in is just par for the course of straightening shit out with people. I think she's not, and I'm a PCs. I came out the Tracy camp, so I would love for you guys to correct me and check me. Yeah, I did. I definitely came out of PCs, and I love everyone. I like everyone, but just watching her over the couple of years, going from sort of wanting to root for everybody and be friends with everybody, Lady Nika, Bless, Bree, everybody all together. I feel like now, if it's going at one person from a group that she's aligned with, she don't mind. She don't care. I think Just how I feel. Now you all can go ahead and just say you're wrong. She filed, she do this, that, and the third. I'm ready for it. What you think? But that's how I feel.
I was gonna say, okay, I would have to say I think Tracy does fall out with a lot of people, but I would have to say that I feel like her new channel is nicer.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
I
A
thought you were
lot
saying,
nicer. No, I know. I'm saying that it's from how it was before, where it was, I'm gonna be cool with everybody,
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Now I feel like it's less of I'm being cool with everyone and I'm just gonna, talk about things that, I want to talk about. And if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry, and I think that's a lot of times where she might bump heads with Lady Nika because she's getting her point across, and it's not to offend you, Lady Nika, but this is what I'm saying, and I apologize. I think she's getting more of a habit of saying exactly what she thinks. I don't know. It's just me. I'm watching, and I can say that a lot for a lot of other people that I think have grown tremendously throughout the years in terms of how they respond to people. Like I said, Rita's another person. I just feel like she'll check you, but I feel like some people she's just like, I'm not gonna give you that attention that you want. Same with Fi. I feel like Fi does that too. She will hold somebody out in the water, drown you for days and weeks, and then when she feel like it's time to pop out, she'll pop out on you. You know what I mean? And then drown you. So
now we'll say Peace Love makes a good point. She said SK is falling out with every female content creator this year.
yeah,
That's
Sir King is
probably
just
true.
yeah. Is Sir King on the list? Yeah, Sir King is Spiller Boy TV, and I didn't put Sir King, Blessed, and Lady Nika because it's just so ongoing, and sometimes it's like it's because of beef between them, and then it could be simply Sir King is going at Blessed because of something she's done with another content creator or something else. So I really am.
I would bet though you could take Sir King and put his name next to almost every person listed here, with the exception of maybe one
Oh
or
wow.
two. Am I?
Oh,
Him,
wow.
him and Miss Dovey never kind of crossed paths before, have they?
Who was that?
Miss Dovey and Sir King, they never crossed paths yet, have they?
They have, but I'm not in the. I don't think they've gotten into it.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
they're
think
cool.
Yeah, I think they're cool. But I would say Tracy, Kwani, Five Babe, QB, Spill It Boy, DKL, Tim Blaine. Well, maybe not Tim Blaine, but I thought maybe. Pizarro.
Yeah, they had a little
If you
shuffle.
go down this list, you can put
Oh
Kimmy,
wow.
Bree, Lady Nika, Blessed, Ken. Sean Bradley doesn't deal with him at all. Terry
Oh
Candy have
wow.
had spats. Am I wrong, y'all?
No, I'm sitting over here like, let me go back to the question one more time. Falls out the moon. Well, now, Sir King, I was
Oh
definitely
yeah.
not thinking it was you, but wow, Sir King. Hey, Jessica B. I'm shocked about that. That shocked me. Okay, so I will have to agree with you. I think looking at that, I agree. And I'm not agreeing that it's all his fault, but I'm agreeing that he is the common factor when it comes to who falls out the most. I will definitely have to say, wow. Yikes. All right, let's move it on. Number 3. I'm sorry, Sir King. I definitely was trying to be fair. All right, so fresh blood emerged this year. Now, this year we had hella fresh blood in terms of content creators in the beef sector. We had Jay Speaks, we had Honest Row, we had Ken Nolan News, we had Dovey, we had Stomp Down, Deidre Helena, Big Man TV, Peace Love, although she snuck out the door at the last minute, Nina Golgi, even though she's a subby, but she became a heavy figure over there on Pizarro's channel. And Slappy. Do you guys like, and then I did honorable mentions because Pizarro and Sir King, they were pretty much new at the start of the year, although they had started their channels like some of last year, pretty much new. And I feel like they have made a huge impact in the beef sector as like new older content creators. No, I won't say older content creators, but newbie content creators. I feel like, you know, Sir King has made a splash. Pizarro has definitely made a splash. Whether you like it or not, I definitely can agree that Pizarro and Sir King, if we gave like a prince and a princess, you know, award, I feel like they've made a splash. Now we can disagree, but this to me was the fresh blood that emerged. Yeah, Nina isn't a CC, but she was someone that was definitely a hot commodity. I'll say that over there on Pizarro's channel.
Well, I want to say she started maybe on Sir King. Did she not or no? Am I wrong? Because she used to come over there and I think they fell out. And then she was at Pizarro's heavy. And now she was at Trish's heavy, Shush Trish, until they fell out. So I don't, you know,
Yeah.
Where does she hang out mostly now? Back to Pizarro?
Back to Pizarro, I think.
Okay.
I know
Oh,
she
I
goes.
didn't know
Oh,
her sister
and
fell
Tracy,
out.
she goes on Tracy's.
Tracy's. I was gonna say, yeah, she's at Tracy's too. So here go AJ. Jerome, you were fresh meat. Roman, you were fresh meat this year too. And I'm no. I made sure to clear that. I made clear that. Not at all. But do you all remember Jay Speaks?
I'm not familiar. I've seen Jay Speaks in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't know Jay Speaks.
You remember him on this row?
Yeah, I remember Jay Speaks. I had a couple of conversations with Jay Speaks. Yeah. You know, it wasn't anything that
You had offline conversations with him?
Oh, it's a male?
No, just on their, I was on their panel one time.
Oh, okay.
When they were doing a live one time. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know that, you know, they kind of came and their channel got snatched. But it was a big talk though. That was definitely an emerge.
So apparently I forgot also Houston Bred.
Oh yeah, my sister. Sure, I don't. I'm sassy too though. Sassy.
I didn't think Houston Bred was in the beef sector, but Houston Bred also definitely. I like going to her channel sometimes. I think she has a great vibe over there. Sassy's been around for a while too, right? It's not new.
Sassy's new.
Oh, Sassy's new.
Sassy started out kind of like me over on Sir King's panels until she later left, and then she started her channel. She just started her channel, what, about 6 months? I could be wrong, Sassy, if you're
I thought she was here for a couple of years or so.
She may have been, but she
okay,
probably
Sassy.
didn't make a big impact until this year.
Okay, Sassy.
When you say Jay Speaks, you know what? I'm confusing. Jay Speaks was the person that we were trying to figure out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was claiming to be a man, and then they said they're a woman trolling.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah. That was a weird time. It felt like. Okay.
And then I was also told that I should have included Kimmy Blue and the Miss O as fresh blood emerged this year.
I would.
But I just assumed they were here last year. Kimmy and the Miss O.
Brianna, is she still in the chat? I want to say Kimmy made the biggest splash this year, though. If she was here before, maybe, but I want to say this year was
Kimmy made the biggest. So out of all the fresh blood that emerged in terms of CCs and subscribers of the beef sector, you feel like Kimmy made the biggest splash?
More so than a Nina, yeah.
Yeah.
And what about, even a Slappy.
What about you, Honest Raw?
Oh no, y'all, my girl, Miss Dobie made the biggest splash with that transmission. That transmission we talked about in his, that got to be one of the 10. She
that
got
transmission money. And the peppermint.
Oh yes, I can't put that on my Miss Dobie. Yes, transmission though. But yeah, she was talking about that peppermint for a while.
I honestly would have to say Ken Nola News, simply because he came in, the peaceful way, trying, get along. I felt like he was trying to get along with all the females. I felt like he was trying to get along with all the females. I just felt like that. I felt like he was trying to get along with when he first came into the beef sector.
Okay.
You know,
But yo,
behind the
Kenny
scenes chat.
was
And we
fun.
all realized that everybody started bringing to the forefront behind the scenes chat. So I figured that's what he was doing. And then he just basically said, no, this is the beef sector. He switched basically into a beef sector individual. And now it's like the end of the year and he's a trending topic in the beef sector. Ken know the news. I mean, he got 1,000 in his chat, I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he got 1,000 in his chat. He did a lot, he hit a lot of milestones. So I feel like he also made an impact this year as well, in the beef sector. Definitely all of the heavy hitters mentioned him, as well as Dovey, as well as Kimmy, definitely Kimmy, but I feel like he was up there.
I think Stomp Down. I think you do make a point about Stomp Down. I mean, people have lost their minds behind Stomp Down. Everything he says gets under people's skin. So I don't know.
Stomp Down.
Stomp Down ruffled a lot of feathers.
Yeah, Stomp Down is it is a little too much for my taste. I can't really do a lot of Stomp Down, and that's just honest. You can go and try to read me all you want to, but it's too for me. I don't get into that kind of dragon. No, I like dragon, but that's a little too gutter for me. So it is what it is. Okay, so I will admit that I should have replaced Nina with Kimmy and the Miss O.
And I would remove Sir King from honorable mention too, and pretty much for the same reason Peace Love said, because he really his platform was bigger and better at the start of the pandemic in 2020, because the pandemic is what grew his channel out, and there was a lot going on. You have more people in the chat, it was a lot of activity, and as time went on, it's gotten smaller and smaller. So that's just my thought.
And the reason I said that, whether he's liked or not liked, I just feel like Sir King is a common denominator in a lot of different topics. And he's content. A lot of people talk about him. He'll come out here and start stuff, and I think he's figured out a way to sort of provoke content creators in the beef sector. And not a lot of folks can do that. Certainly Deirdre Helena can't provoke the same way a Sir King can provoke, you know what I mean? Or and vice versa. So I think that's why I mentioned him. But I do feel like he was in 2020, and that's why I said same thing with Pizarro. They both were in 2020. I just felt like this year we got more of them, especially Pizarro. We got a lot more of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I knew I was gonna miss some folks. I told you I did this last night. Who had the
You did
biggest
an excellent
impact?
job. Trust.
Yeah, you sure did, Romy. This was great.
My friend said here like smiling. I'm trying. All right, so number 2, period, hands down. This year was Black Sector is merging, and we had all sorts of content creators: Clyde Diva, Cookie, Grown Folks TV, Uncle Suge. Now Ali the Sag, Lady Snoop TV, and Lady La. And we had all of them sort of engaged with the beef sector. We had some who felt like they were going to dethrone others. We had some who didn't expect other folks in the beef. I felt like the Black sector didn't expect the beef sector to bite back.
Yeah.
I
agree.
And so that's the one point. Team AJ, I put Lady Snoop TV here because I wasn't sure if she was beef sector born or Black sector born, but
I think she's Tommy Sotomayor born, but she spent a lot of time in the beef sector. She's been around with us for at least the last 3 years that I know of.
Okay. So the reason I put her there, I just felt like she had a lot of the energy from the Black sector. But if she's not there, y'all put a little line through her name. Vic and Chucky as well. Chucky 713, is that who it is, Rico?
Yeah.
And Vic Damone as well. Yeah. So we had a lot of characters merging. I didn't get a chance to put everyone's here and cross out Lady Snoop TV, although I wouldn't mind keeping her name up there. She definitely someone I watch. I like her, by the way. And Lady La, I like her too. Do you all recall any moments from this?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to say which one made the biggest impact was Grown Folks TV. You know, he really did. He made a big impact. I feel that if Clyde Diva had stayed on a path, she probably would have made a bigger impact than Grown Folks TV. But Clyde Diva, you know, she went kind of left, and then that's when, you know, Clyde Diva was thrown to the, like, get out of here. And Grown Folks TV, he wanted to take charge of stuff. So he was like, ooh, they don't like her no more. I'm about to take over. And he did, because at first, remember, Clyde Diva was basically talking about, what's that guy name? Ooh, one of them y'all that we missed. What's that guy name? The fat face guy.
Who Clyde Diva was?
The one who like that was sleeping with Jay Speaks on camera. What's that man name? Gucci. Yeah. Gotti was a lot of talk that came from Clyde Diva, as well as ZX. So he wasn't really well known. But after that little ruckus that happened with Clyde Diva, ZX took over. He took over, and you know, from there, it's just a lot that surfaced between him and a lot of us from the B sector, you know. So yeah, I think he made a big impact on the merge. It then came Cookie.
What do you think, V?
They work together.
I think, I think Clyde Diva was sort of like a catalyst, if you will. In some ways, she was kind of the first person that was identified, that people, you know, welcomed in. And then I think that, you know, people had a perception of what they thought, who they thought this content creator was, and then I don't think it played out quite the way they hoped. And then the next thing I remember was Cookie going to Grown Folks' house. So those things, like, you know, stand out to me. And so then we started talking about that. When you say make an impact how? Because honestly, I don't feel like any of these people are factors right now in the beef sector. I think they had a moment in time, but what do you think?
That's the point. Now that I agree, I don't feel like any of them. I feel like you are now watching them wean themselves back out.
Yep.
I felt like, for me, this is only for me, I felt like Clyde Diva, her entrance was like an impact, because it was like, who is this? And what's she coming over here to do? And so it was so like, a lot of us were taken aback. I know I was taken aback, like, wait a minute. What is going on here? So I felt like her entrance was sort of impactful, because it led the charge for other folks, and now everybody else was on guard. They were like, you know, what are you doing? What's going on? So yeah. And it's so bad, because I watch Clyde Diva now, and I like her better in the black sector. I like her, what she's doing right now. You know, I don't understand why she even was led to the black sector for any kind of takeover. You know, I think she's doing what she's doing. She, you know, I watch her. It'd be fun if she makes me laugh. Grown Folks TV as well. He's definitely made an impact. I will say he's caused friendships to, you know, he did a lot. He did a lot. He definitely did a lot within the last 4 months.
Yeah, true. You know, I was a mod there temporarily, so I get it. It was a very interesting time.
All right, let's move on to the number one, and of course, you all know the number one. The number one issue that we had this year. Who took the biggest L? Oh yeah, so who took the biggest L out of those who tried to come into the beef sector and got turned around?
It depends on how you look at it. Go ahead, honest bro.
Clyde Diva, because she went through a bit of a breakdown, you know, kind of like when everything went left after the whole, I guess, what was it, the sharing of a video. And then, you know, she started telling, you know, her people, block everybody, and it just was a mess, because I'm like, wow, you know, all this happened because you came over to another sector. You probably should just stay where you were. But I mean, it seemed like she's growing back.
I was gonna say, Clydiva, if you're looking at it from the perspective that the impact she had hoped to make, or people had hoped she would make, it didn't happen. But I think that ZX probably took a huge L because he lost his main moderators that he had at the time. They had a fallout because of his partnership, if you will, that he tried to forge with Phi Babe, and then he lost Phi Babe, and he lost the moderators he modded up from Babe Nation. I mean, like, it's just, I don't know. It might be ZX.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too.
I felt like it was Clyde too, because that was so bad watching her get all them dislikes. Like, she would come live, and before like 2 minutes into her live, it was like 60 dislikes. And she used to be like, yeah, it was bad. It was that whole period in time where she used to come on miserable. It was bad. I just was like, whoa. I did not expect the backlash to be that hard. She got to the point where she just cursed everyone out in the chat. F you all, get out my chat. I don't care. If anybody drop down and ask me anything, I'm gonna block you. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Medication.
And Roma, did she erase some channels too?
Yeah, I think she did. All right, number one. The number one issue all year long. Please leave the kids alone. And instead of putting people's names in this because it's so ongoing, I just wanted to just say, who do you all think kicked this off? Who kicked it off? The kid conversation. Do you all think content creators use their child? Are there more victims or more perpetrators? Are there more victims of folks alleging abuse to their children or causing harm to their children? Or is there more people who are saying those things about other folks' children? And what's too much? I didn't want to put the word sexual in here, but sexual assault, rape, violence, or stalking. Let's just have the conversation real quick. So who do you all think kicked it off this year?
I don't even remember which one. I mean, who did it? Who kicked it off?
So, okay, if you don't know who kicked it off, who would you say would be someone you consider a person who, and if you don't feel comfortable naming them, absolutely let me know. But who do you think would be a person who uses this as a defense more than likely?
Say that one more time.
Who do you feel
most, or who?
Yeah.
I would say
Ken.
Ken was a problem all year. It started off with Terry P, and at one point he had said, what he would do to her and her child, and Terry P, what he said he wished on her child, and Leak You, what he wished on her grandchildren. And so I don't know, Ken might be one of those people. Hi, Ken.
And
what's going on, Ken?
So my next question was, do CCs use their child? Does CCs use their child, sort of as bait, for cash apps or whatever? And Ken answered, me, Phi Babe, and Reed use our children for cash app. So that was my question. Do you all feel like content creators do that?
I mean, I don't think it's. Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead.
I really don't think that that'd be their first intention. I mean, yeah, we know Ken, he'll say he does it. But I mean, I don't really see them, a lot of them, saying, okay, get on the camera and give me your best act so we can get some of this money. I don't see them doing that. Even Ken ain't gonna bring his child up there doing that. I mean, he'll say it. He'll say, hey, or something like that. But I don't think they do it intentionally. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't, but I try to think the best of them, that they wouldn't sit there and tell their child, look, you got to put this best act on, put the best act on that you can so I can get this money today. I would hope they wouldn't put forth that on the children.
Mm-hmm. To answer Ken's question, honestly, I've never heard Terry P say anything about your daughter. I never heard Phi say anything about your daughter. And I never heard Leak you say anything. Now, I'm not saying they didn't. I'm saying I didn't hear it. So that's my response to that. As far as do I think they use their children, I think that some folks feel like, you know, if I'm out here sharing my life and my life has to do with my child, it should be okay. Now, I don't personally share my child. I'm not going to share my child in the V sector because people out here are vicious as hell. But not because I think there's anything wrong with doing so, because there are so many kids channels and there's so many people who vlog and share their life and they share their kids. But I will say that this sector could be considered, you know, just because it can be a little brutal over here and because of the things that people will do, you know.
So I was gonna say the same thing. Like, it's weird because I have my little cousins who they recorded a clip of them. My cousin recorded a clip of them saying, "Hey YouTube, welcome back to my YouTube channel." My little thing that I say in front of my videos, and they were just joking. And I wanted to share that with my subscribers, but I said, "Oh no, I'm not gonna put them out there like that because I don't know what the future might hold and what somebody might think of me in the future and might be able to use that against me."
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether I felt like they would somehow garner cash apps or some sort of monetary gain, I never thought of that. That never hit my brain. It just was like, I want to share this good moment, fuzzy moment with folks. And I sometimes feel like that's the same. So I don't ever want to go into it thinking that a mother or a father is using their children for cash apps on YouTube. But I mean, apparently it happens. Apparently it happens on YouTube, and that's their business. I mean, it's just another way for people to talk shit, you know, if you do it or you don't. Because there are people who do that. There are people who come on YouTube and use their children
Sure.
to make money, period.
Sure.
So now, do you guys think there are more victims or more perpetrators, more people who feel like, you know, people are talking about their children, or there are more people doing the talking about the children?
Doing the talking. We have more perpetrators.
I agree.
You agree, V?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I just feel like there's perpetrators, but I feel like we have a lot of victims. I feel like we have a lot of people who say, "Here you go talking about me," or "Here you go talking about my child," or "Here you go talking about me or them or this." And it's like, it's the beef sector. That's what they do, even though it's wrong and they shouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, are at what level or what point that doesn't bother us anymore? That becomes no longer a point for someone to get at you. And it's never going to be that. So you're going to always have a victim. You're going to always have, the more perpetrators you have, the more victims you have. And sometimes the perpetrator is the victim. The victim becomes the perpetrator.
True. Often in real life, that's what happens, right?
Yeah,
Victim becomes the perpetrator.
Yes, absolutely. And so it's just like, you know, it's a vicious cycle. And so lastly, what's too much? Which I mean, I think they're all too much. What do you all think is too much?
It's all too much. It's all too much. I just don't understand why we have to go this route. I don't understand it personally, and I don't think it's right when anybody does it. Even if someone's talking about my kid, I don't think it's okay to talk about yours, because two wrongs don't make a right. I'm gonna talk about you and how dirty you are to even bring up my child, but I'm not gonna talk about your children. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like any of it, and I definitely don't like the threats.
Oh my God, Peace Love said Honest Roll looks so sweet and innocent, like he has a pet butterfly or something. That was just so funny. A pet butterfly.
Peace Love don't have any pets right now.
I think it's all ridiculous, but when you go and start talking the sexual stuff, the sexual assault stuff, that to me, it affects me emotionally. Like I instantly have, like, you know, visuals, and I hear screaming, like it affects me, and that to me is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
All of the others are worse. I never want violence on kids. I never want someone to stalk a child. But when that is implied on a child, it's like, wow, they're innocent. All you could think about is a crying baby who's innocent and can't help themselves, and something happening to them. So yeah, that's definitely a big one for me. But
Yeah.
I definitely think this has been a larger one of our largest topics of the beef sector this year. It's definitely been about the children, protecting them or someone disrespecting them, and just figuring out as a content creator in the beef sector, how do you navigate that using all those other things we talked about, calling the police and showing up and all of the other stuff because of this right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all think this? Do y'all think it's gonna stop in 2022 though?
I wish it would, but I doubt it will.
No, I don't think it's going to stop in 2022, but what I do think is going to happen is I think people are going to become more aware of how they can stop you. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like how the poor man eventually goes after the rich man. Eventually that tide turns. So I think the victims will eventually figure out a way to defend themselves. And sometimes that's behind the scenes and not necessarily in front of the camera. Duchess says 2021 was definitely the year of cliques, cults, and groupthink. I can agree with that too. We had a lot of cliquish and cultish behavior, but I think that was every year too. I've never been okay with the kids being talked about. My stance has always been leave the kids alone. Not as long as Essence is still cutting checks, no stopping. Yeah, they're not going to stop. I don't think the talking about children is going to stop. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't I would not, for a check, talk about someone's child unprovoked. Period.
Can I say this? Peace, love.
Yeah.
Put up that I think you just highlighted it where she said, "Not as long as AdSense is still cutting checks, no stopping." I agree with that, but I even think that even when they stop cutting checks, I don't think that'll stop it, because when you look at the Black sector, most of those people over there aren't even monetized, so they do what they do, not for AdSense checks. So it would have to just be something else altogether, that would, like YouTube would just have to put their foot down about what's not allowed, period, or you don't get to keep your channel. That's the only thing I think will stop, and I don't see that happening, not anytime soon.
All right. So, go ahead, Honest Bro.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say it's gonna take for some people to really kind of stand back from it, and I hope this doesn't happen, but it's gonna take some type of balance, something that is gonna be some physical balance, because when you leave a mark on somebody, that is what makes people back off. At this point, if so I mean, because some people, you never know, they may snap. Somebody might snap. They hear the wrong thing, and I hope this doesn't. I hope it doesn't happen though. I don't want it to happen, right. But that may be the only way for it to settle. Kind of back up.
Yeah. And it's gonna definitely take the subscribers. The power is with the subscribers for them to realize it, and I think eventually that will pan itself out. I am now dropping the link, subscribers, and us subscribers, for content creators of the beef sector only, for them to just give their last 2 cents, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. So I'm going to drop the link now. If you are a content creator, please click it. I'm going to double check that issue in the back, and then we can you can give us your opinion on this year.
I'm going to run and grab a beverage.
Okay. I just dropped the link.
Okay.
Yeah, Roman, it's almost time for you to go party, right?
I'm supposed to be there at 9:30, but I'm not going to get there till like 10:30. We got right. When you get time, can you have a seen them list? Okay, so we got Ken. Ken, what's going on?
Ken, what's up?
Oh, let me remove this.
Can you hear
Yeah.
Okay. What's good with y'all? What's up, Honest Road, my brother?
What's going on, Kim, bro? What's going on?
I'm chilling, being me. A thorn in people's side. Um, but I agree 100% with the whole panel. Y'all not being biased today, and that's hard to. It's hard to see a panel of on people and being real honest, not picking sides, even though they like these people, you still not picking sides. You're being honest, just like the young lady said. She didn't see all those women talk about mines, but everybody else did, and they had recordings of it. But she still was giving her honest opinion. So I respect all three of y'all opinions. That's y'all really being 100. I respect that. Real talk.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. So I have a couple of people in the background. I'm not gonna let everybody up together. So I'm gonna drop one and then I'm gonna add another person. But Ken, I just wanted to know if you can give us your last thoughts of how this year ended in the beef sector.
Um, to me, it was horrible how it ended. My honest opinion, it was really really messy, and to see the old school content creators like um what his name is uh Jay Wilson and Duchess Kelly Love, to see them actually agree and stand on their word with somebody house getting um swatted or whatever. And when I say swatted, I'm not saying the SWAT team actually came to the house. Some of y'all have to be smart. It's not, I shouldn't have to explain that. But nobody shouldn't agree with the police being called to anybody house, whether it's mine, Tracy, anybody house. It's wrong, period. So that would kind of left a bad taste in my mouth when two grown black men actually stood on that. That just was horrible to me. But y'all y'all setting the bar. It's ended off good right now.
Ken, I have a
So
question for you. I do have a question for you. Do
yes,
you?
sir.
I don't. Let me see. Am I echoing? My question to you is: do you think that you would ever blanket apology, um, anyone or any person that you may have said something about their children,
No,
and then just move forward? No, not
no,
at all.
not at all. The only person, Fibe, that was the only person I gave a real an apology to, because I really did attack her daughter unprovoked. Now I did that. I did that on my own, and I can honestly say she did not attack mine. So I did do that, attacked hers, and I did apologize to her because that was wrong of me. Everybody else, they talked about mine, and I returned the fire, and I'm not going to apologize to them. They didn't apologize to me, so I think it goes both ways, not just one way, just because I'm a man, and it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, so
So
say that, because hopefully we're gonna have that conversation next year.
right.
All right, so thank you. I appreciate you for stopping by. I'm gonna go ahead and make it official.
Thank you, and happy New Year's to all three of y'all.
Happy New Year.
You two can't
All
get
right.
one K King.
Yes, Lord.
New Year.
See y'all later.
All right, bye.
All right, bro.
All right, we got. Hold on, Uncle Tim.
Happy New Year.
What is going on? Happy New Year's Eve to you.
What's up, Uncle Tim?
Hi, people. Hi, on this road.
So, what are your thoughts on this year? How do you feel the year went in the beef sector?
In the toilet, of course.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Hear me? You got no? I got no sound.
It's low.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Y'all talk to somebody else, and I'll get my sound together. My microphone is low.
I'm gonna see if I can turn it up. Mic volume.
I just had this damn thing fixed. I paid $2,000.
Okay, I just turned you up. You good?
I am.
Yep.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
You other guys, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you too.
I got this back yesterday. I paid all this money for this goddamn computer, Apple, and the damn thing only lasts 6 months, and then it's just stopped working. So my adjustments, my preferences might be off.
Oh, okay. No, you Gucci. So what do you think about this year? What comes to mind? I know you're a writer, man of words.
Right.
What one word comes to mind when you think about 2021 in the beef sector?
Oh, for me personally, of course, I love that I finished another book. I had been blocked for 3.5 years. So I used to write books every year for years, for the last 15 years. And then I stopped. So I'm glad about that for myself. As far as the sector goes, I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about the show. I thought the show was a dominant force. I mean,
they tried to leave the show in 2020, but it brought itself back to 2021.
But they had a couple of meetings this year too, right?
No, none.
I thought they went to Vegas.
Oh,
Yep.
well, but they didn't film.
It was the rap.
They didn't film. They went, but they didn't film. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it kind of drifted away. We don't talk about it anymore. So we don't know what happened, but tens of thousands of dollars were spent. Sets and then crews and hotel rooms and all this stuff.
But this is what I don't understand. I thought you and Sean Bradley made up.
We did. We fine.
So are you digging at the show?
It was the big story last year, right? Everybody's gonna be on the show. 5 Baby's gonna be a reality star and all this shit, and then nothing. People just
a pandemic.
Yeah, I wish they would just tell us though. The show is a no or a go. Like, I'm not reading them. I'm just saying.
Were you still going to participate in the show?
Oh no, honey.
Really?
No more murders. No. I think I killed one of them.
Do you? So we mentioned a little bit about your doxing situation this year. Do you feel like that was a traumatic experience for you relative to the beef sector in this year?
A traumatic experience. Okay, you got to realize now, I've been to prison 10 times.
Oh, okay.
The streets for 30 years.
So that's just a drop in the bucket.
I am so fearful and devastated by these words on YouTube. I don't understand that. No, so I'm not devastated. But I do get angry, I do get upset, and I do value respect. Right? In San Quentin, where I spend a lot of time at, if you disrespect somebody by bumping into them without saying excuse me, you could get your whole goddamn head knocked off. People, is a big deal in streets, honey. So I have to adjust myself to this YouTube stuff where you just disrespect people, whatever you call their house, call their agent mama, their mama's in the 80s and 90s, and you calling them for some YouTube crash and telling them how bad their son. Oh, your son is a motherfucker. Your son is this and this and this, and they think that's fine. Go ahead and call her. You can call somebody's mom. So I'm really on this respect thing. So I have to adjust. But no, these people do not devastate me. They don't pump no fear nowhere.
Do you see any reconciliation between you and Jay Wilson? Do you see any reconciliation between you and Jay Wilson?
No.
In 2022?
Never. We're two different kind of people, completely different people.
I have a question, Mr. Tim. I do have a question regarding that. So when you guys met, I'm sorry, I could barely hear you.
You're a pretty girl.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Big boy is very pretty.
Thank you. I was going to ask you, when you guys met up though in Atlanta that time, did you guys come to some sort of resolve? Because I guess we were left with the impression that you all kind of had a talk, you and Jay Wilson, and that you walked away thinking, okay, we can go to our respective corners and do our thing.
No, not really. We were participating in a reality show, right?
Right.
The purpose of the show was they were going to bring all these YouTubers together, the ones who beef with each other, and they were going to iron it out on the stage, right? So we started off just coming off the plane, not even knowing who was there and all that. So that was all the same kind of drama we have here. To present that now they had done something to help the situation, right? They had made up because of us, kind of thing, right? So when they asked me, will you go over there and have a word with Jay Wilson? It was just part of the show. Okay, I'll speak to him. I had calmed down by then, right? We had been in there for hours.
Okay.
But we didn't talk about anything. We talked for a couple of minutes. He asked me why I hated him so much and why was there anything that really bothered me and got under my skin so much. And I said, I really have a problem with this doxing and with this getting in my personal business, right? I mentioned that I'm on Social Security at some point. When I get back to San Francisco, all I hear is about my Social Security. Every video. I mean, we're talking about, I made over 100 videos about him. So we always respond. So it's got to be 100 videos. I got to hear about my damn Social Security. I mean, what's so interesting about Social Security?
It became a weapon. It became an instant weapon.
I mean, if I tell you that I am 63 years old, I ain't never mentioned no job nowhere. What is the big news about me being on Social Security? Because when you're 62 or 65, you're going to be on Social Security too. Now, whether you want to work or whatever you're going to do, you're still going to be on Social Security. So what's the big story? It's because it is the one thing that I said to that boy in our 3-minute little conversation. So no.
So you're saying when he came back, he eventually made mention of it, and that's why you responded again, and that sort of got the beef going again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. He made more than mention of it.
Okay.
A man-to-man moment.
Okay.
But it's never going to be right between. We are two different people. He is the materialistic clown who is willing to work and work and work and work and work to keep all this big house and all this shit, which I don't care anything about. He seems to think that everybody's supposed to care about what he cares about. I have no interest in that. I'm an old man, honey. I don't care nothing about where you live. I don't care nothing about what you drive, but that drives him, right? So he's materialistic, right? I'm a more personality type oriented type person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not into things like that.
Okay.
So we're different.
I can honestly say that you are always entertaining. It is always entertaining to watch you. And like I was telling them earlier, the most impactful like doxing exposing moment for me was watching you go through the thing with 5A with the whole apartment, because your reaction was pure raw emotion. Like you literally was shocked in the moment. You didn't. It was like your response was like you wanted to say some things that we couldn't really. You really couldn't say, but it was like wow. So that for me was.
Team Roman, how would you react if someone said to you, "I don't know, are you in an apartment building?"
Yeah, and you put my neighbors out. It's a problem. Hell yeah.
Apartment building and the addresses of all your neighbors and ran Xerox copies of your picture and said they were sending these pictures to all of your neighbors, accusing you of being a child molester or accusing you of being some kind of dangerous criminal. I mean, what would be your reaction to something like that?
Yeah. It would be silent. I would go silent on YouTube and I would go loud off behind the scenes. Like somebody's whole life would be erased. I'd be working double time behind the scenes. So I get it. No, I understood. I just wanted to let you know that I think we all were like in a moment just with you. Like, whoa, not Uncle Tim. So Uncle Tim, thank you again for coming through. I appreciate it. You know, I owe you something too. Expect it in the new year, part of my content. I'm going to be reviewing your book. I don't know if you will allow me to like do some reading and talking about it on my channel, but I'm going to do that.
Chapter 5.
I do owe that to you. Yeah, I do owe that to you. You all make sure you go Amazon, check out his book, Murder in the Beef Sector.
Which explains a lot of this stuff.
A lot of what we're talking about tonight. And again, it's always a pleasure. And I don't know if you cheering tonight, but cheers from me to you. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. That's the iced tea right there, y'all.
Cheers to you. Thank you so much. And until next time,
guys.
Next year, we're gonna be talking. All right.
Okay. Later.
All right, we got one more. One more, and we know my bro, Rico.
Rico!
What's up, Rico? Rico.
What is going on?
What up, though? What up, though, to everybody? Hey, I'm not gonna have long on. I just wanted to say because this is my first time on a panel with both a beautiful V Lenore. You are so gorgeous.
Yes.
I just wanted to say,
Thank you, Rico.
yes,
I love you.
You are fucking gorgeous. Like for real.
Okay.
And what's up,
V?
honest? And you know what I'm saying? Glad to meet you on the panel. And I just want to say, keep doing your thing. And also, King Roman, keep doing your thing. I really enjoyed the show. And I'm saying, keep doing your thing. Happy New Year to everybody. Be safe and be blessed. And I know you got to go and everything like that. So that's all. I just want to close the show. You had a great ass show. That's how you ended up.
Look at that. Now, for everybody, Rico can't come on my show and not be belligerent and all this stuff. Did y'all just see that? I gotta make sure everybody know that, because I always get people always drop in my comments and be saying stuff about Rico, and I really be like, who are you talking about? I know he treats y'all different, but y'all don't know what we got. You know what I'm saying? And ODS is still my guy. Like, we still. So for me, I learned to keep loyalty first and views and clicks and all of this YouTube stuff way at the end of my list. I go hard for them. I really do. And so thank you, Rico, for popping through. I appreciate it. And y'all want to do a little cheers real quick? Sure. I want to thank everybody in the chat for being here with us tonight. Get your glasses ready. We about to do a little toast real quick to 2022. I love doing Run It Back the show. V Lenore, thank you so much for being a part of my finale, the last episode. I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Honest bro. Oh, you got Bel Air. I didn't notice you was saying that.
Yeah, Bel Air.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
He was talking about.
Yes, thank you so much, Ken Nola, for having us. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sliding through. Thank you so much. I was saying thank you so much, Honest Row, for agreeing to do the show tonight. I know that I don't even think we had a kerfuffle or it was a big thing. I just told you how I felt like you was crazy for crying about Tree C and all that stuff, and you probably got in your feelings, but
it was too much of this. It was too much of this.
Yeah, it is what it is. We're here. So we're here. Yeah, we're here now, and it's all good. I want to say, let's toast it up to a spectacular 2022. Yes. In our individual lives, everyone's individual lives. I want everyone to have good health. Yes, Bree, get a drink, Bree. I want you to have a drink too. And Bree, you should have hit the link. Gosh, you see what I'm saying? You see my homies. Bree, you should have hit the link. I want everybody to have a good 2022. Safe, healthy, wear your mask. Omarion Omicron is not playing. Before we put this beef sector shit first, y'all, put us as humans first. Put the respect you have for your morals, your family, put all that shit first sometimes, and then go into the beef. I love everyone first as a human before I think about the beef. That's why I'm able to operate in this role. So I just want to say, I want to pass it forward. Let's have a good year. Thank you, V Lenore. Thank you, Honest Bro. If y'all got any last words, y'all go ahead.
I do have one quick thing I want to say, because there seems to be a very mixed audience here. I want you all to know I am a new content creator. I do want people to support my channel and know that when you come there, beef sector is off the table. So everybody is welcome. There will be no beefing happening on my channel, but I hope that you all know that, you know, I am a huge supporter of the beef sector, and I love all the content that comes out of this sector. So thank you for allowing me to come over here today and inviting me to this. And I hope to do more things like this with you in the future. Both of you, in fact. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Honest Row, you got anything?
Yeah, you know what, King Roman and V Lenore, this was great tonight. I had a lot of fun, and y'all make me really want to collaborate more with people, and just bring out what I really want to bring to the table. And I just want to show people that we can all get along
Yeah.
and have a good time. And it doesn't always have to be so gruddy. You know, we can bring light to the table when it needs to be brought to the table, and make more alliances and not more angry mobs, as they say. You know, we can make everybody align together and, you know, have a good time. So thank you so much, King Roman and Villanova. You were awesome and beautiful as ever.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both.
All right. So here we go. Let's toast to a happy 2022. Cheers.
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 All right. Y'all know we were supposed to look each other in the eye so we don't have any bad sex in 2022.
I'm over here trying to stop my ride from.
Oh yeah, we don't need none of that.
Listen, this has been a great live. I thank you both for being here with me tonight. We definitely gonna link up Via Lenore and do some collaborating. Honest Road, the same thing. I'm looking to do more of that in next year. So thank you both, and I'm about to wrap it up here now.
Okay.
Oh my God, subbies. We did subscribers, y'all. We did the last show. This is the last fucking show. This is episode 10, December 31st, last of the year. We wrapped up the fucking year. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been here with me for this ride. You don't know the blood, sweat, and tears that went into putting this off and pulling it off. I want to thank you for the ride. I appreciate you all. Thank you for believing in me, for doing this. Thank you all for not holding nothing against me. It is what it is. It is a show. All of the folks that I fuck with, heavy heart in the chat, y'all know, happy New Year's to you. Go out and ball out. And until next time, deuces.